My name is Emily Donville, and in this episode, we'll be exploring the platforms of the registered political parties that are not as mainstream, often referred to as fringe parties. Starting off, I will provide an overview of the party's ideology and mention any key platform points. Afterwards, I'll let you know which ridings they're running in for Calgary. Not every party has a platform addressing all issues, but the goal is to provide a more holistic understanding of the parties and what they stand for. We may not be able to cover each of the platforms in the fine detail they go into, so we have linked the platforms within the descriptions of each of these episodes. We encourage people to take time to read through the platforms, but you can keep listening to hear about some of the major points. Let's start off with the Animal Protection Party. The Animal Protection Party seeks to create a compassionate and sustainable future for all living beings, advocating for policy that prioritizes environmental responsibility, animal welfare, and social justice. Their platform touched on four major themes: the environment, democratic reform, the economy, and healthcare. In summary, they believe in an aggressive carbon pricing mechanism and creating a steady state economy where the goal is to have mild fluctuation of the population and consumption levels through increasing taxes on the wealthiest and developing basic income programs. For healthcare, they believe in preventative measures such as the promotion of a plant-based diet and reducing environmental pollutants. Please note, this party is not running any candidates in Calgary. The Canadian Future Party. The Canadian Future Party has yet to release a platform. However, their core beliefs emphasize putting aside political rhetoric for science and evidence-based policy. They plan to reform electoral representation, promote free trade and free markets, balance between individual rights and collective responsibility, and seek to build a thriving middle class. How they plan to do this is dubious, but nonetheless they have candidates. There are 3 candidates running in Calgary Confederation, Calgary McKnight, and Calgary Signal Hill. Centrist Party. The Centrist Party pushes for a balanced approach to critical issues in Canada. This party seeks to reduce the size of government and balance the budget in the next 5 years, lower personal income taxes, and giving provinces more control over natural resources. This party is against the carbon tax and wants to focus on developing rural municipalities. In terms of immigration, they seek to reduce the number of refugees and focus immigration on bringing in highly skilled immigrants. They have 1 candidate running in Calgary McKnight. Christian Heritage Party. The Christian Heritage Party brands itself as Calgary's only 100% pro-life political party and defines Canadian culture as rooted in Judeo-Christian culture. They are against the carbon tax, seek to either defund or privatize the CBC, and promote adoption over abortion principles. In terms of immigration, this party seeks to increase the vetting process to newcomers to ensure there are no threatening ideologies to Canada and ask newcomers to pledge allegiance to Canada. They are against family reunification as a reason for immigration and propose requiring marketable skills for immigrants. In terms of healthcare, they believe in promoting healthy lifestyles by recriminalizing street drugs and updating the infrastructure of hospitals. They have 2 candidates running, 1 in Calgary East and 1 in Calgary Heritage. Communist Party. The Communist Party platform was extensive with a series of reforms and changes to the current system. As the Communist Party, their biggest reforms came from the plan to nationalize key industries such as banks and insurance, telecommunications, and food distribution giants like Loblaws, and develop a publicly owned transportation system. Outside of that, they also seek to implement a federal housing policy that sees housing as a human right. In terms of immigration, the party seeks to stop deportation and provide a clear pathway to permanent residency for migrant workers. For healthcare, they believe in increasing funding towards healthcare and social programs. This party is running 1 candidate in Calgary East. Green Party. The Green Party is arguably the most well-known of the lesser-known parties. The party is rooted in environmentalism, promoting climate protection while building a sustainable future. To achieve this goal, the party promises to invest in a national electrical power grid, favor clean energy over oil and gas companies, and create strict science-based limits on Canada's total pollution. Outside of their vision for a green Canada, they also seek to eliminate taxes on incomes below $40,000 a year, expand Medicare to include mental health services, and create a guaranteed livable income. They are currently running candidates in 9 ridings: Calgary Centre, Confederation, Crowfoot, East, Heritage, McKnight, Midnapore, Nose Hill, and Shepherd. Libertarian Party. The Libertarian Party follows the ideology believing in maximizing freedoms of the individual and minimizing the government. This party specifically promotes a Hayekian approach to the economy, aggressively free market. In libertarian fashion, they seek to eliminate all forms of mandatory taxation and replace it with a voluntary head tax. In addition, they also seek to privatize the CBC as well as repeal the Canada Health Act. They also wish to reform the Constitution to include explicit mention of protecting freedom of speech, property rights, and include the right to bear arms. This party is not running any candidates in Calgary. Marijuana Party. This party has no platform or candidates in Calgary. Since 2019, they have been dormant but remain a registered party. Marxist-Leninist Party. The Marxist-Leninist Party believes in a wholly citizen-led government, opposing all forms of privatization and proposing to amend the Constitution through referendum. Their platform does not contain specific policy points, but seeks to establish permanent residency for temporary workers and international students and repeal the Indian Act. Their largest point is the establishment of an anti-war government. They are running 2 candidates, one in Calgary Confederation and another in Nose Hill. The Rhinoceros Party. The Rhinoceros Party is more unorthodox, considering themselves a cooperative of candidates wherein the candidates can promise what they want in their ridings. They oppose the concept of a party line and have a party platform but encourage candidates to take what they agree with and reject what they don't. Unfortunately, neither the party nor candidates have released their platforms. They are running 2 candidates, one in Calgary Centre and the other in Nose Hill. People's Party. The People's Party is a completely nativist party rooting their platform in protecting the nation. As a result, many of their platform points and promises are aggressively anti-immigration, focusing on reversing multiculturalism and promoting Canadian values. Almost all platform points include a stance against immigration. Outside of this, they are also strongly against gender-affirming care and have a Canada First approach to foreign policy. This party is running candidates in Calgary Centre, Confederation, Crowfoot, East, Midnapore, Shepherd, and Signal Hill. United Party. The United Party is another nativist party promoting a Canada First ideology by removing Canada from any global organizations and commitments. They want to maximize provincial power and ensure every province is self-sufficient by removing equalization, specifically citing the unfair burden Alberta and Saskatchewan carry because of equalization payments. The standout platform point is the repeal of any bans on firearms and expanding the criminal code to include the reasonable use of force. Beyond this, the party is aggressively anti-immigration, anti-LGBT, and pro-free speech. They are not running any candidates in Calgary.